Friday in the first week of Lent. The reading, Matthew chapter 5, verse 20 to 26. The theme, Keepers of the Law, or My Brother's Keeper. May the Lord give you His peace. The Pharisees and scribes were good at the law. They knew the law, and they also knew how to interpret and apply the law. Naturally, they felt it is their duty to preserve the law and its interpretation at all cost. So much so that observing the law became sacrosanct, and in the bargain, they forgot the human person for whom the law was made. At one point of time, Jesus had to remind them that the Sabbath is made for man, not man for the Sabbath. This strong legal and ritual mentality of the Pharisees and scribes had put God's purpose and plans out of alignment. By placing the highest priority to the law and making humans subservient to the law, they placed the cart before the horse. Jesus wanted to put things in perspective and realign what was distorted. He gives us two examples, one on the legal mentality and the other on the ritual mentality, to show us how much God values human beings over the law. In the first instance, he realigns the understanding of the commandment that preserves life, namely, thou shalt not kill. When Cain killed his brother Abel, God was upset and asked Cain to give an account of his actions. God told Cain, the blood of your brother is crying out for justice. And Cain, with an arrogance, retorted, am I my brother's keeper? Now Jesus takes this one step higher. He says, even if you get angry with your brother or sister, you shall be liable to judgment. And therefore, every human life and every human person is precious in the eyes of God. In the second example, Jesus realigns our understanding about human relationships. Again, for the Pharisees and the scribes, the rituals were very important, such as washing of hands, washing the outside of pots and pans, wearing the correct clothing, and bringing the correct animals for the prayer in the temple, what work can be done and when it can be done. Their ritual mentality was more sacred to them than human beings. And Jesus challenged them to their false understanding of the Sabbath and went ahead to perform a healing miracle on the Sabbath. Obviously, the Pharisees and scribes were filled with rage. For the Pharisees, performing prayers and worship according to the rules and regulations was far more important than the human person. Jesus corrects this misconception. He gives them a strong example. When you are going to offer worship and sacrifice, and there you remember that your brother or your sister has something against you, leave your gift at the altar. First, go and get reconciled with your brother and your sister, and then come and offer your gifts. Once again, Jesus puts the human person and the fraternal relationships above the law and its narrow interpretations. And then he concludes, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of God. Do away with your legal and ritualistic mentality in dealing with the problems of life. Give the first place to the human person, to human relationships, and then only to the laws, rituals, rules, and regulations. Have a blessed day.
Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble.